This video is basically on standby section, and I'll be talking about the series of TBS 55125 IC, that is the like of TBS 55123 as well. I'm actually making this video because of the fact that recently I had difficult issue of this particular section. Normally I used to fix this section, but I have the complex one this time around, about 4 to 5 of them on my decks. So I thought I should pass this information, or let me say I thought I should share this information. Basically, I'll be talking about the sequence I use in troubleshooting this section. So firstly, pin number 16, as we all know, is going to be 19 volts, and once this is coming in, we automatically have 3 different LDO voltage, which is VRED 3 and VRED 5, followed by the reference voltage pin number 3, 2 volts. The next pin here is the pin number 13, EN0, and this pin number 13 is important in the sense that it is the confirmation of the 3 LDOs. So if you are having this pin number 13 to be above 2 volts, means these 3 LDOs are working fine. The same thing goes with the rest. If this pin number 13 are working fine, automatically this particular pin number 13, automatically the 3 LDOs are being generated. The same thing as this. And the next pin to move on to is the entry pin, and this is very, very important. Actually, this will only trip this IC off if there is problem within this section. And the main point here is, how do you determine the amount of voltage, or let me say, how do you determine the voltage on this pin 1 and pin 6? If you should check carefully, there is always a resistor connected to this pin 1 and pin 6. Here we have 110 kilo ohms, and on pin number 6 we have 130 kilo ohms. The same thing with this, we have 174 kilo ohms, on pin number 1 we have 174 kilo ohms. Going by this del as well, pin number 1 and 6, they are connected somewhere here, entry 1 and entry 2. The resistor here is 147 kilo ohms and 86 kilo ohms. So yeah, how do you determine the amount of voltage? Although there are mathematical calculations involved, but the simplest form is by using the value of the resistor connected. Here we have 110 kilo ohms and 130 kilo ohms, which means here we are going to have 1.1 volts, and here we are going to have 1.4 volts. The same thing goes with this. We are going to have 1.7 volts here, and here we are going to get 1.7 volts on the multimeter. The same thing goes with this particular there. We are going to have 1.4 volts, and here we have 0.6 volts. Another thing here you should note is, this is a kind of shutdown circuit for the entry. If LDO 3 is being generated at first, automatically I will have 3 volts here, 3 volts here, and 3 volts here. You know, having 0 volts here means there will be no path between drain and source. So once S5 command is coming in after the LDO is given to the IO, and IO release the S5 state, if I'm getting 3 volts on this particular N channel, automatically ground will shift from this source down to this drain. So therefore I'll be having 0 volts here, which is ground path from here down to this side. If I have ground path here, automatically the ground path will flow through this side. If I'm having 0 volts on N channel, automatically the 3 volts that has been here before, which is switching source to drain, will be reversed. Automatically there will be no connectivity here, so therefore the voltage I will be getting here will be 1.4. The same thing goes with this section as well. So once that part is completed, the next thing is to go for the next point here is to go for enable, and the enable pin here is pin number 18. Yeah, pin number 18, S5 on. if pin number 18 is being used, that is, this IC will be, this particular output will be enabled by the command on this pin. But if this pin number 18 is not being used, it means the command of this output, whether to turn on or off, will be determined by this N-chip. If you go by the IC itself, it's stated there in the internal logic. Okay, here this is not too clear, so I'll leave this, but this is the point, enable from here to here, and this is for 3 volt, this is for 5. This is not too clear, I'll leave this section. But the main clue here is, if this pin is being used, automatically this will be the game changer for the output, and if this pin is not used, the N-chip will be the main game changer for the output to be generated. Just like it is not being used here, automatically I'll be having this N-chip to be the game changer here. So after getting this enabled, I should have my output, and in cases like this, if I'm not getting output, then it's important for me to check this capacitor, this particular boot capacitor and resistance, their value and their impedance. One of those cases I solve is the problem of this capacitor. Another problem I solve is issue of this particular lower MOSFET. I think the MOSFET is leaky or something, but I changed both lower MOSFET and it worked. And another issue I had was N-chip. One of the N-chip, I was getting a kind of low signal, 0.1 or very low signal. So thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.